Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Janet, and if you're new here, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a like to let me know that you're liking my content, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so YouTube can notify you when I upload a new video. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be going over a few ways that you can stop your sweet cravings. Now on keto, I followed a fairly clean keto journey when I was losing. I know towards the tail end, and especially once Christmas hit, I was going towards more of the dirty, lazy keto with a lot of sugar alcohols. But in this video, I'm going to be sharing some tips, and I also am going to share a recipe that will help you curb your sweet cravings while being on keto. So I know whenever it is that time of the month, I always get sweet cravings at least like 5 days prior to getting my period. So I have found different ways that I can kind of incorporate some new habits and change the way of thinking so I'm not gravitating for all of the sweets, all of the chocolate when it is that time of the month. One thing that is important that I always do, well, I'm trying to incorporate, I have started doing it once again, is exercise. I cannot stress how important it is to exercise just even on a daily basis, but I also find that walking, biking, or whatever sort of like physical activity that you are taking part in actually helps with hunger just in general. So if I'm feeling hungry and I know that I just ate, sometimes I will go on my spin bike and just ride that for like even 10 minutes. Even a little tiny bit actually gives you enough time to actually get those endorphins going and realize that maybe you're not hungry, you're just bored. Whatever you were eating was so good you felt like you needed seconds. Go for a walk, go and take a ride on your spin bike, or whatever that you do for your physical activity. Make sure that you do that, because I find that that really helps me, keeps my sugar cravings under control. Plus it also keeps my hunger at bay just in general. When I was starting keto, I admit when I started keto for the first month, I was hungry all the time. I was 240 pounds. I was making a huge lifestyle change, and I needed to kind of curb those hunger pains, and definitely incorporating walking 5 times a week when I first started was a lifesaver for me. And then it gets you just into that routine of walking and getting that fresh air and getting that exercise. So definitely I feel that that is one most important factor for keeping sugar cravings at bay. Another suggestion that actually I give to a lot of people that are starting keto or throughout their journey is always try to have something savory if you are craving something sweet. Believe it or not, this works. I think it is like a scientific fact that it actually works. And if you start eating more savory items, that craving for the sweet things will actually dissipate, and you will be craving more of the savory things. I have also heard that if you are craving savory treats, that you are in ketosis. You're not having that sugar high craving anymore, and you actually look forward towards having savory meals, the steak, the protein, all of that. So definitely that is another tip that I always give. Now for us, we make our own jerky. We are hunters, so we have elk jerky, deer jerky, usually always on hand. But I know at the stores they do offer, now that I've seen, is a 0 sugar beef jerky. Please make sure that you're reading your ingredients on your beef jerky packages. I have seen a serving, which is maybe even a quarter of the bag, have up towards 6 or 8 carbs per serving, and it's literally 1 piece. If it's only a quarter of that bag, it is not very much. So I highly encourage you to be checking your bags. A lot of beef jerky does contain sugar, so you want to make sure that there is something with no sugar and definitely low in carbs, and that always helps me with my sweet craving. I tend to go for a bag of jerky and just kind of munch on that, and it definitely takes away that sweet craving. I love my coffees in the morning, but another tip that I have for you is try having your decaf coffee at nighttime. I prefer to have my coffee sweet, so at nighttime, if I am craving sweets and it is after supper time and I've met all my macros, I will make myself a decaf coffee and make it how I make it in the morning. So that kind of curbs my sweet tooth, lets me kind of sip on my decaf coffee while I'm watching a show, while Jimmy is busy eating his chips or candy right next to me. But I find that if I have a decaf coffee, it definitely takes away that craving. You're busy sipping it. It takes a long time to finish as well. You don't just have, you know, something that's quick and easy and it's gone like that and you're still hungry. The decaf coffee will kind of keep your hunger at bay and keep you full, and you won't feel like you're depriving yourself at all. I've been trying to take time in order for self-care. I am super busy. I do have a part-time job that is 32 hours, and I upload videos to YouTube 4 days a week. So between those two, I keep very, very busy throughout the week. And then I also try to balance kids, a husband, a home life, my dogs. So I definitely try to take the time and incorporate some self-care. So this is also very helpful actually to keep cravings away, or if you are hungry, if you're just starting out your journey and you find that you are hungry all the time, definitely take some time for yourself and do some self-care. So I try to take a bath, I do a face mask, I do a pedicure, do a manicure, whatever your self-care is, kind of take the time and, you know, a couple hours during the week and spend that time for yourself. You know, I get my nails done. That's kind of like my luxury, I guess, if you want to call it. I don't usually go for anything else. I do everything else myself as far as like my hair coloring. I limit my haircuts because I am trying to grow it out right now. I do my own pedicures at home, but taking the time to enjoy, you know, and slow down life is really, really important, I think, for everybody. It's been a tough year and a half, and I feel like, you know, everybody can use a little bit of self-love and taking time for you. And when you do that, you tend to feel better about yourself. You don't want to gravitate towards the pantry to stuff yourself full of jelly beans or chocolate bars. I definitely feel like it's just, you know, mandatory for a woman and even for a man to do self-care. So very, very important. Get your mind onto something else so that you can enjoy, you know, the little things in life. I also wanted to quickly share a product that I have received, and I am trying to gravitate towards not using so many feminine products. It's just an added expense that I feel. So I have heard about the cup that you can actually use as well while you're on your period. I know this is TMI, but I just want to share with you what I have found, and it has been absolutely amazing. So I have gotten these period panties is what they're called. I know, but they are high-waisted, they are comfortable, and they actually have a pad inside of the panties that work for like 3 times as much as a tampon. And all you need to do is literally wash it afterwards in cold water, leave it out to dry, and you're good to go for the next day. But these are absolutely amazing. They work perfectly, and I'm telling you, it's definitely going to cut down on costs. I am going to be starting, well, hopefully my daughters will get on board with them as well too. So I will have a link to them in the description if you're interested. They're definitely starting to become more popular. I prefer them over like having the option of a cup. Like, to me, I couldn't do something like that. That's a personal preference. I have heard amazing results from using the cup and just reusing it and washing it out. But I feel like for me, this has been life-changing. So definitely worth it. Also just wanted to mention that to you. So anything that can make like that time of the month easier on all of us, whether it's the sugar cravings or changing products or dealing with the moodiness or anything like that, I am here to help. This is like my channel. So, you know, whatever I can share and that has worked for me, I try to share what could work for you, whether it's keto or not. I just like sharing what works. Also, I made a new recipe, which is a protein sparing modified fast recipe. It includes cream cheese and my keto jam, which I have made. And I'm gonna call this kind of like a strudel / Danish because it kind of reminds me a little bit of both. But I will insert that video here because I actually made it yesterday and they turned out amazing. But I will insert the video here and you can watch me make it. All right, let's get started on this. I'm so excited to make this recipe. I have been thinking about it since you guys started making my Pop-Tarts, and I think I'm gonna make enough for like 4 or 5 of these. Let's go for 5. I'm gonna do 5. I'm just gonna spray it with a little bit of olive oil spray, and then I'm just going to mix that around a little bit. This is one of my this is one of my mesh pans. I absolutely love this. It is in my Amazon favorites down in the description. All of the items that I always use are always down in my Amazon favorites. So make sure you check it out, but this is one of my favorite ones to bake with. So what we are going to do, you will have seen me make the new recipe that Maria Imrich has brought out, which is making it with no egg whites. That is what I used. I actually made a pizza in Wednesday's video, so if you haven't seen that, make sure you go and check it out. And I am going to be using this on the top and the bottom, and we are going to be making danishes, because I've been thinking about making danishes since that Pop-Tart recipe. And I am going to put some cream cheese and the strawberry jam as well too that I use, and we are going to be making danishes. So this is going to be the bottom, and then we are going to put the cream cheese and the strawberry on top of this, and then we are going to top it again. Now you don't have to top it. I don't know, I just kind of prefer it that way, but to everybody their own. You can make these just as a Danish by themselves, and just put the cream cheese and the strawberry on top and just have it open faced. But I think I'm going to top it and make it kind of like, I buy those strudels you would have seen in my grocery hauls for Jimmy and Zoe. And I used to love those strudels. So that's what this is gonna kind of remind me of, is kind of like more of like a strudel. All right. And what I have here is my jam that I'm going to be using. Now this is the Good brand of jam. I do like this. I get this off of either Switch Grocery here in Canada. It is good. I really like this. It's probably my favorite keto jam that I have found. And then of course I am using the Philadelphia cream cheese. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to put this in the microwave for like 10 seconds to soften it a little bit, just so it's a little bit easier to mold in my danishes. So that's softened it up a little bit. Now it's up to you if you want to do that. I just know mine, of course I didn't leave it out, and so mine is a little bit like just out of the fridge, right? So I'm just gonna take a half of my, I like using my cookie spoon for this, and I'm just gonna fill it half. And then I am going to take another little spoon here. This is like an 1/8 of a cup measuring spoon, and I'll probably fill this half full for my jam. And I will put the jam on after I am all done with the cream cheese. So let's do that.
You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my tune. Ooh, I love it. Crank it up, yeah.
All right, that is done. So I'm just going to cover up the rest with my mixture on the top. And then I'm gonna put these in the oven for 20 minutes and then leave them in the oven with the oven turned off for an additional 10 minutes. And I'm gonna see how that turns out. I must say this recipe is a lot like smoother, I feel. We'll see how it turns out. And I do have a couple, actually I probably have enough for one left over, so I'm just going to actually spray one more and just make that a regular bun. All right, and that's it. Like I said, we are gonna put it in the oven for 20 minutes at a 325 degree oven. All right. Lucky I reread the instructions because I'm so used to 20 minutes, but she had said for buns to do it for 15 minutes and then take them out of the oven. So that is what I did. Hopefully they're done all the way through. They are absolutely huge. So I'm gonna let them cool before I even think about taking them out of the mesh. All right, these have cooled off, so I'm just going to take them out of the mesh liner here. This is my favorite. There's a few people that have commented saying how hard it is to get out of their mesh liner, but I have never had that problem. And I always throw it in the dishwasher and it comes out clean. I don't know, it's perfect. I always do mine inside out. Maybe that's the trick. I always turn mine inside out when I'm taking stuff out of it, but this is by far my favorite pan. I absolutely love it. So let's take all of these out and then give it a taste. All right, let's give these a taste. I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna have to take a couple bites just because I have a feeling that probably the mixture is in the middle, but let's give it a taste. Not quite there yet. That is one bite in. Okay, let's take another bite. Oh my. You guys, this is so good. This tastes really, really good. Now, the only thing that I think I might do, like, how can you not? Look at that, you guys. If there was a way to spread out the cream cheese to make it like, instead of like a blob, you know what I mean? It's really hard because the mixture, the bread is like so wet, so it's really hard to spread things. But you could like kind of swirl it in, maybe into the bread, like between the cream cheese and the jam, and make sure that your cream cheese is softened, because I think that would kind of help it swirl around too. But this is really, really good. I think I like these more than the Pop-Tarts. I ate that whole entire thing. It was so, so good. All right, another option that you can do that I did not do, but feel free to do it, is you can put like a glaze on top of your buns. I'm not gonna do that because I feel like they're really, really good just as they are. But you guys can do that kind of like I did on the Pop-Tarts. Definitely an option, but these were amazing. You guys need to try this. I don't even know if some of you have tried it, but I remember when I did my Pop-Tarts video, I had mentioned that it would be really, really good with some cream cheese because it would remind me of kind of like a Danish, but these are very, very good. Those turned out amazing, and honestly, they were even better the next day. I feel like anything that has to do with the protein sprayed modified fast bread always turns out better the day after. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a like to let me know that you're liking my content. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so YouTube can let you know when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.